The tips that I'm going to tell you today will help you a lot on dates and in life. I don't care if you watch this video to the end or not, but what I'm going to tell you today will have a huge impact on your relationships with women and your self-esteem. Have you ever wondered why some women treat selective men like garbage while others appreciate and want to see again? If you think it's only because of money, then I must disappoint you. Neither money nor a man's gorgeous figure has any influence on this. Only 30% of men know how to manage this attention and make it so that the woman herself wanted to meet with him, herself showed a desire for privacy. The fact is that valuable men know how to ignore a woman. Weak men make a woman talk to them, thus discouraging a woman to continue to communicate with him and just devalue themselves, you know. As soon as you stop giving a woman attention, you will immediately become a desirable and valuable man. This is inherent in psychology, but of course, you need to know how to do it right. Today we are going to look at 9 reasons why valuable men ignore women, but first I want to start with the basics, which is very important, and tell you how to get a woman's attention. After all, first you get to know and attract a woman, and only then do you ignore her and become a valuable man. So, many men suffer from a lack of female attention because they simply do not know how to attract the attention of women. To enjoy great success with women, every man should know the elementary rules that will help him to establish contact with women. Every man should know that women do not like ungroomed and untidy men who smell bad. Some men think that they do not need to look after themselves because they were born men, and in fact, this is, of course, a mistaken opinion. Every man should be well shaved, neatly cut, and he should smell nice. Then he will have a chance to draw the attention of women. In addition, of course, you should dress normally, because a man in ugly clothes is unlikely to be able to attract a woman. Women really like it when men give them beautiful compliments, so a man must learn to do them. In fact, there is nothing difficult in this. You just need to always notice how a woman looks good and how it suits her new outfit or new hairstyle. If you always notice these little things, then from the lack of attention from women, a man will definitely not suffer. It is also important to remember that all women love romance, so a man, it would be good to learn a few beautiful poems to regularly tell them to a woman. In addition, you should give beautiful flowers and walk in beautiful, quiet, and romantic places with your other half. Women absolutely do not like greedy men, so if a man will constantly show his greed, he will not be successful with women. Of course, not all men can afford to spend huge sums of money, but this does not mean that you should spare money for your woman. That is, you cannot forget to periodically give gifts and take your beloved to cafes, then success with women is guaranteed. Such a man a woman will certainly not abandon. A man should respect his woman and appreciate her, then he will not suffer from constant loneliness. If a man will constantly yell, humiliate, and raise his hand on his woman, then she will soon leave him. Every man should know that without respect it will not be possible to build neither a strong family nor strong relationships. Women love honest and decent men, because only such men they can trust. Therefore, every man should remember that with his woman should always be honest, otherwise she will simply stop trusting, and this most often leads to the collapse of the family or relationship. Now you know a few rules on how to snag a woman's attention, and let's get down to business. Now you will learn why valuable men ignore women. The first rule of a valuable man: he knows exactly what he wants. The most important feature of a man's character is a clear understanding of his desires. In particular, this applies to the woman with whom he wants to be. In the presence of complexes and destructive beliefs, he will seek closure of his needs, which will greatly reduce the requirements for a companion. Simply put, it does not matter who and what kind, only to get the necessary emotions, attention, presence from her by any means. Will deserve, adjust, achieve even to the detriment of themselves. Such men do not cause interest in self-sufficient women, because they do not understand how a man can retreat from their true needs in the direction of ephemeral. Inability to be alone in the absence of a worthy candidate and attempts to beg for love look pathetic and are a sign of weakness. From the point of view of psychology, these are erroneous beliefs, but a woman will regard such behavior as weakness. Strong men know exactly what they want and do not agree to less. This applies to the sphere of activity and personal interests and the second half. Busy with his business, feels great alone, has goals and a clear idea of what kind of woman he needs. From appearance to character. The second reason for ignoring women, such a man knows how to enjoy life. In the animal world, the male is always getting high. He got himself the most delicious food, took the most comfortable place in the shade, collapsed as he saw fit and dozed off. No boss is running over him, no one kicks him, there is no hurry. Everything he needs is already there. A man's ability to enjoy his own life has always attracted women because it is a clear signal that he is in the comfort zone. And she wants to be there too. Often dependence on other people's opinions plunges a man into a cycle from which it is impossible to get out. And it would seem to grow in career and a lot of money, but some exhausted, listening to more influential men, bowing. Attractive man is one who does not care about the evaluation of society, went his own way, out of the herd and learned to enjoy what he has. There are practically no tools of influence on him, and this independence arouses strong interest. He managed to get out of the matrix, dared to give up the herd instinct, and did not die. He is lying in a shade, dozing, and at the same time he has obtained everything necessary for a happy life. You can't earn all the money, you can't please everyone, but you should love yourself. Many would guess that interest from other women has an impact too. An attractive man may not have a wife or a permanent partner, but always surrounded by female attention. Deep in a woman's subconscious hides the belief that a valuable and sought-after man somehow attracts the attention of other women. Not infrequently, when it was competition forced the girl to join the fight, as at this point awakens another phenomenon of our psyche, the fear of lost profit. And if women are always hanging around him, then there is some value. And you don't want to lose it. Attractive man, even if he stays out of a relationship, does not experience a lack of attention. Colleagues, acquaintances, friends, admirers. There's always someone. Maybe he does not want to connect his life with them, maybe they already have a permanent partner, but they want to communicate with him, to be friends, to contact, to maintain any form of communication. Do you think such a man will be boring, or is he able to give emotions? Surveys show that girls prefer men with a good sense of humor. Emotions are always a priority for them, and a man is one of the sources. Even more often, he becomes the main supplier of endorphins, which sometimes plays a joke with girls. Dependence on the active image often leads to the fact that emotional swings become like adrenaline. As a result, a woman can stay in a foolish relationship, herself realizes it, but to break the attachment is not able to. Attractive man is able to laugh, support, and bring into the life of a woman a little serious. Fortunately or unfortunately, pragmatic, boring, monotonous men are quickly bored, and interest in them begins to decline, and eventually comes to naught. It is not necessary to create 15 problems a day, it is enough to learn to make witty jokes. This is what women say in almost all social surveys. At the moment of breakup, girls give a lot of reasons, sometimes even unable to say something specific. Everything seemed to be fine, but then some deficit started, and it is not clear where exactly the crack appeared. But I still found the most popular explanations, and among them the leading one is the ingratitude of the partner. The contribution of his companion in the relationship he regards as due, the second change of girlfriend for him banal female duties, and everything that he receives, considers solely as a result of his own value. Ironing, washing, cleaning, giving physical intimacy, coziness, and other little things, ostensibly because he is great. At some point the girl is bored with it, she does not feel needed, and the relationship falls like a house of cards. Attractive are those men who know how to be grateful and at least recognize that women are funny, sweet creatures who always smell good, and it is also nice to touch them and listen to their voice. It's great that we have them. Do you understand the differences? I want to break down one of the main points with you. It's a foundation in psychology. Confidence consists primarily in knowledge, experience, independence, self-sufficiency, and adequate self-esteem, and is expressed in calmness, positive perception of their own skills and talents, competent definition of goals to achieve the set tasks, lack of fear of failure. The paradox is that confidence is formed from all that I said earlier. Positive assessment of the results of one's own efforts, reliance on one's own feelings and emotions instead of approval or disapproval by society, initiative and courage, make a person confident. There are two types of people in this regard. The first look at themselves through the prism of socially approved success. This is money, status, position, generally accepted signs of external beauty. The second prioritize the actual effectiveness of their actions. They draw conclusions based on their personal experience, knowledge, skills, and achievements. A confident man looks at himself from the inside, not the outside. First of all, he evaluated himself as a person on the basis of his achievements in the context of his ideas about ideals. He was not interested in conventional wisdom. Secondly, he has initiative and courage, which allows him to approach and try, and in case of failure to forget about it in a minute and not to worry about shame. Yes, someone will see his failed roll-up, probably someone will get a laugh. So what? I would even say so, if a man is confident, he will definitely become successful. By the way, you can watch a video on how to become a leader on our channel. But I want to touch on some habits of a confident and successful man right now, because it's all interconnected, and if you become such a man, you will drive women crazy. First of all, successful men know how to plan their time and their lives. A man doesn't just dream about his goals and desires, he plans every step on the way to them. He knows what he needs to do to succeed and strives for it every day. Planning helps him organize his time, resources, and strength to use them most effectively. In the second place, they make time for themselves. Successful men realize that taking care of themselves is not selfishness but a necessity. They leave time for themselves and their personal interests to energize themselves and improve their well-being. They know how to find a balance between work and rest, which helps them stay highly productive and motivated. They are very active in following their health. Health is the foundation of success in life. One should always look after their health and exercise to stay fit and maintain their energy and stamina. One should also pay attention to their diet and favor healthy foods. They are persistent and determined. Successful men do not give up halfway to their goals. They are persistent and purposeful, going to their goal, even if there are difficulties and obstacles on the way. They know how to stay motivated and do not lose faith in their strength. And of course, they know how to communicate. They know how to communicate and establish contacts with people, listen and have conversations on various topics. They are also able to express their thoughts and ideas clearly and concisely. Successful men know how to work in a team and cooperate with others. They realize that in order to achieve big goals, it is necessary to join forces with other people and achieve a common result. They know how to listen to the opinion of others and respect their point of view, which helps to create a productive atmosphere in the team. Successful men know how to manage their time and utilize it most effectively. They realize that time is a valuable resource and try not to waste it on idle tasks. They know how to plan their working day and use every minute rationally. They realize that mistakes are an inevitable part on the way to success. They know how to learn from their mistakes and are not afraid to admit them. After all, it is important to realize that every mistake is a lesson that helps them become better and reach new heights. Successful men are constantly developing their skills and competencies to remain in demand in the labor market. They realize that to be successful, they need to be professional in their work and constantly improve themselves. They read books, attend trainings and seminars to learn new methods and technologies. Successful men strive for personal growth and self-development. They work on their shortcomings and try to become better in all areas of life. They learn from others, read self-development books, and practice meditation and yoga to improve their well-being and mood. Become just such a successful and desirable man and take control of your life.